David, oh. Good evening,
Hi.
everyone, and welcome to FPRL Tier 2 race. I believe this is race 7 of this championship. I am your main host, Clatterads, and Groskey couldn't make it this week, so I am joined by David Loleface. He's obviously not speaking. So, yep, nice sunny
I
Baku.
unmuted instead of muting.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
David's English. Crosscree's English brother, David. Hello.
hello, David. So we are at Baku. This is our, I believe, second sprint race of the season. I think second. So if any of you don't know how it works, there'll be two qualifying sessions. The first qualifying session you're watching now is going to be for the provisional grid for the sprint race. After the sprint race, when that's finished, after 9 laps, there'll be another qualifying session which will determine the outcome of the race qualification. So we've got some early drivers out already. We have Brady's Call, Fish Sticks and Monkey Boy in the Haas already out. Got our last week winner back racing again, which is Miffle Maestro, and then we've got It's Noah and Squid who made up the. Oh, I don't know. Squid ain't racing, is he? Oh, no, so we haven't got Squid today. So we've got midfield marshal, it's Noah, who finished third on the podium last time round. So, David, who are you expecting to be strong round here, and who would you like to see have a very, very good result round here?
Well, Baku's an interesting circuit because while Sector 2 is very, very windy, very downforce orientated, um, Sectors 1 and 2 are very, very heavy on the straights, or they effectively are just two straights with a couple of corners in between. In terms of drivers, I expect to do well. It'll be, I'm not going to lie, the man you're looking at right now, it's Monkey Boy. So his settings that I know he uses will definitely lend him to some decent corner exit, which is ever so crucial here at the exit of turn 2. And nailing on the power comes good to you at the end of the lap. And yeah, I expect him to be doing pretty good stuff, as ERS management is very tricky here. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers are doing.
Yeah, Monkey's just coming into turn 3 now. Half his battery's gone already. Beautiful line through there. But like David said, Baku's quite an interesting track. It's all about precision. And if you got the cojones, closer to the walls you get, the faster you will be. We've got Monkey now come through the most difficult part of this track, just coming into the castle section now, and it's very easy to whack the wall on the right hand side and DNF yourself, but Monkey misses it and takes a beautiful line through there. Coming through another difficult part of the track, very low traction part. He's just coming round to finish the end of sector 2, and he has gone out on the medium tyres, so he saved himself a set of softs. So we have Fish Sticks already in the wall. So he has not started off well in McLaren. It's 2 races in a row now, I believe he's crashed out in qualifying. But Monkey obviously first over the line. He's done a purple second sector. Let's take a look at his straight line speed. We expect people to run quite a low downforce setup here. So I'd expect once the DRS is open, the Monkey has saved a bit of battery for the start-finish straight. He's just going to run out now just before the line. So it was good usage from him there, and that's a 140.1, so that is the benchmark for everyone. And then Brady's Call actually has a very good lap. He's actually done a 139.4, so a lot of improvement there by Monkey. It looked pretty smooth by him, but obviously there's bits of the track that he's quite slow at. I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Dave.
Yeah, so yeah, bread is cool. Obviously, making the most of those soft tyres. You do only get one set for this session, which is why we're seeing so many cars out there on the mediums at the moment. I was looking a little bit further back. Fardo making some mistakes on his lap, and he's had to come in with no front wing. So kind of fortunate not to DNF there, but we see now 7 times on the board, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a few more 39s before this first run is over.
Yeah, we've got Grounds who just invalidated his lap. He's decided to go for a second push lap, so he's currently not using any of his battery at the present moment, but he has got DRS open, so it does look like he's going for this second push lap. Let's see how it fares. I'm pretty sure around here, David, tyre deg on the mediums and the hards are very, very low. So you can do multiple laps on these sets of medium tyres just to get in more of the groove.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we'll be seeing a few guys doing maybe even a push lap, a cool down, and then another push lap as Cruiser hops himself up in the RB into P2 on the mediums, just shy of the 139s. But it's a good lap from him nonetheless, and it's looking very, very tight up the top, notably Monkey Boy Kurt and Eagle P5 and 6 respectively, setting the exact same time. So I'll be eager to see what happens next time round between those two.
Got Grounds who just finished sector 2. His teammate's just behind him, so he's going to get a decent tow down this back straight. Lots of battery left for Groundsy to use up, about 50% worth. So he's just coming across the line now. Let's see how he fares. It's going to be a decent lap, to be honest, on the medium tyres. It is. It's a 139.7, so that's a very, very good lap there by Groundsy. And it's Noah. The tow obviously didn't work at all. He's set at 140.7. And yeah, David, the tow at certain Grand Prix, you can get a really good tow places like Monza and Spa, but around Baku, you know, if you're too close to these cars through the first and middle section, you do suffer a lot, and you can't catch that time up just on that main straight.
Yeah, and I think the crucial thing, if you're going to deploy the slipstream tactics, you need to make sure that it only really happens in the last part of the lap, as the tow down this start-finish straight is as good as ERS to the line. Slipstream's so powerful this year in the F1 game, as with just 4 minutes to go on the clock, it looks like the guys are getting ready to do their final runs. But yeah, this very short quali here for the sprint race, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come from the drivers, especially those not setting a lap.
And just saying that, Silverside Boy puts in a 139.8, so that puts him provisionally on third place, and that was on his second lap on the medium tyres. So obviously he's felt the groove around the first lap, and he's put in a banker, but then he's obviously gone through it the second. He has still got a little bit more time to come in for the softs if he wishes to use them. But
he won't get around. No chance he gets around.
3 minutes left.
Yeah. Unless he goes again on those tyres.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. He's got enough, but he's saving his battery. He's flashing red though on his petrol. Or fuel, sorry. And yeah, so he may and he may not. Let's see, but he doesn't look like he's going to get an extra lap, like David said. But we have got a couple of people, David, got Diamond Douche, Remaster, and Bedley, all decided to save a set of medium tyres, it looks like, and they're all going to have just one set of softs. Do you think this is a good decision by them? They're literally going to have one lap to fill the track on the out lap and then go for it. Personally, I would need 2 or 3 laps before you kind of find your limitations around here. You know, it's going to be difficult for them to put in a really, really good lap on their only lap they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a completely wrong idea, because you get so many mediums, more than you'll ever need. So you might as well go out and use one set for quali, just for a banker time. In fact, as far as it goes over the line of 140.6. Yeah, the banker lap should not be underestimated here. If for no other reason, then it's nice seeing green in your top right if you're on the soft tyres towards the end.
Yeah, well, we got everyone. Oh, Reese's Pieces has crashed somewhere. Or he retired on track? I don't know where he is. Red
I think
Bull.
he's on start-finish straight.
Yeah, it says he's retired on track, so I'm not too sure what that's all about. And his car's still going round. But yeah, it's everyone's now coming out, so traffic is going to be a problem. So they're gonna end up having to bunch up. We've got Midfield Maestro's also crashed. So last week's winner has crashed at the how's he crashed there? So he's obviously hit the curb a couple of years ago, like what David did. He's hit the curb and sort of straight on into the wall. And it looks like where that has happened. Or was he done it in the pits? I'm not too sure. There's lots of yellow flags happening. But yeah, we've got Biddle. Let's keep an eye on Biddle. He's a bit rejuvenated this year, David. He's had a couple of good results. He's got his maiden win. He didn't have such a good Grand Prix last week, but do you think you'll see him up here this week?
Yeah, I mean he's been showing some good pace recently, as you say, and of course not his complete maiden win. He has won before a few seasons back.
I meant this year.
I remember him. Yeah, I remember him and Sargent tearing up Tier 2 many years ago, and yeah, it's good to see some form back in the guys driving. And yeah, long may it continue. How's he doing on his lap at the moment?
So he has done a purple first sector, so he's absolutely flying at the present moment. He's got his teammate just behind him, 3 or 4 corners behind. Let's see how Diamond does through sector 1 also. Biddle did a 34 flag, or then goes into provisional pole with 139.3. Diamond's a couple attempts slower than Biddle at the present moment, and Remaster is actually at the minute stuck behind the Haas, so this is going to really tamper with his lap. Nat F1, he takes provisional pole 138.9, so that is the benchmark now. A lot of people are going to have to find 4 or 5 attempts. Let's keep an eye on Biddle now. He's set a purple second sector. Also, I don't know if it's a game messing about with us, but let's have a look. He's saved about 30%. Oh, he's clattered the wall. He's very lucky there that he didn't DNF. That will affect his straight light speed all the way down the end of the straight. He's got a distant tow from the Ferrari in front. But let's see what he gets across the line. He gets P4. So that little clout on the wall did affect him, but we've got a man on the move at the minute. We've got Grounds. He's nearly 7 temps up, so this is going to put him around pole position, and he's got 70% worth of battery, so he's been very caring with his battery. So he's going to get a little distant tow there from the Alpine of a douche who comes across the line in P12. But Groundsy, is he going to move it into pole position for the sprint? No, he just misses out, so he finishes P2 in the Kick Sauber. And got Eagle, he's also down. Got Monkey Boy, he's 5 temps up on his lap. So this is going to put him around 6th or 5th. Puts him 8th, so my maths not so great. But yeah, he finishes 8th, so decent. Decent qualifying session there from TJ and Monkey Boy in the Haas, David.
Yeah, P8, P9 for the Haas crew, and looking just in front of him, it's such a shame for Biddle. He probably lost a good 3 temps. He could very well have been where Yorkie is, 3rd on a 139.3, but a good lap and a pretty good showing there across this short qualifying session. The whole field spread is about 1.5 seconds, but it's a very long lap. So
yeah, and I think TJ will be very happy with that qualifying. It's been one of his best ones so far this season. It's only a little bit behind his teammate Monkey. He's actually in front of both of the RBs of Silverside Boy and Cruz, who decided to not stick on the soft tyres. So again, there were decent laps there by David Cruiser and Reese's Pieces, who probably could have put another 7 tenths on top of that. So they could have been in third or fourth, respectively. But there you go, guys. Pole position goes to Nat. Second place, Groundsy, and third is Yorkie. So Yorkie's making his comeback. He had a break last season, David. He's come back and he's pretty much found his stride straight away. He's had some decent results this year already.
Yeah, Yorkie looking a strong part of the Mercedes team this season. Of course, his teammate, midfield maestro, a rapid guy as well. They're doing pretty well in the championship. I'm pretty sure they've got a 1-2 earlier.
Let me have a look. I had a look earlier and I forgot. Yeah, so they are, like you said, very, very strong pair, and they're actually leading the Constructors' Championship at the minute with 118 points. They've got a comfortable 32-point gap to the Alpine.
Yeah, well, although midfield might be a little bit disappointed with his sprint quali, there's still plenty of racing to be done tonight, so make sure you stick around for it. As we wait on the grid for the drivers to take a quick comfort break, I too am going to take a very quick drink break.
So will I. I'm just going to run to the kitchen.
See, I prepared. I already have my drink.
I did, but I've drunk it all.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's looking pretty close in the championship at the moment. I think, are we halfway through now, David?
We very much are halfway through.
Yeah, so we're just over halfway through, I think. 4 races left, 5 races left? Is it?
Yep, so Azerbaijan is round 7, of course, and just 3 races yet to go.
Okay, so
in
3
this
races.
Season.
So we have got midfield Maestro at the top of the drivers' standings. And then we have, I believe it's Groundsy, more leader, and Biddle, all kind of separated by about 45 points. And especially here with the sprint where you're picking up an extra, I think it's, is it 10 points for win? Or was it, 10 points for win?
Think so.
Think it's 10 points for win. So you're getting extra points. So them top 4 or 5 drivers are going to want to try and make the use of the sprint sprint races, just to be a little bit easier in the end of the running of the championship. So let's have a look at the tyres quickly before we go round. So everyone has decided to go medium, apart from Yorkie. So Yorkie is
who is objectively wrong. Those softs are going about 5 laps and then they'll fall off a cliff.
So he's got very aggressive, so he may get into first place at the first lap, put out a little bit of a gap, and he's going to have to do major tyre management if he wants it to last 9 laps.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, but everyone else is on mediums. So, David, if you can go through the bottom 10 for the viewers.
Oh, right, okay. As it's a long lap, I'll try and take my time a little bit. In P20, we've got the McLaren of Fish Sticks, of course, crashing out early on in the qualifying session at the castle. And he's on the back of the grid. In front of him, Master in the Aston Martin. P18 is Hirsch S2004, of course, one time a Tier 1 champion here, but is getting some very decent results back under his belt this season, so not looking bad. We've got Liam in the Red Bull in P17, Lexus the other Ferrari in P16, Fardo, first half of the Williams team, P15, and the first Alpine, Diamond Duchy, starting on the 7th row. Midfield Maestro in P13. I took my time too much, I'm sorry. Reese's Pieces P12. Cruiser P11 with the RBs together.
And there we got Mr. Kababi himself in P10. We got RB Silverside Boy. P9 we got Haas of TJM. P8 we have his team out of Monkey Boy. P7 we have the other Alpine of Biddle. P6 we had Brendan's Call, who much say did have a very good qualifying session for himself. P5 is Noah. P4 is Eagle in the McLaren. P3 is Yorkie. P2 is Groundsy. And P1 is Nat. Didn't Nat get pole position last week?
Nat set a very, very good time last week as well. And I would... Yes.
Okay, so we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we go, 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 go!
Oh, TJ's not gone.
Really rubbish camera angle, but yep, we've got Nat into P1 like we expected. P2 is Yorkie, so he has got past Groundsy. Noah's made up a position already into P4. We've got Eagle, P5, Middle 6, and Silverside B7 is a bit of front wing there. It's just come up. It looks like it might be the RB. It is, or RB of Silverside Boys. He's lost a front wing end plate, it looks like. Is it? No? Oh, maybe not. So I'm trying to find out who lost that front wing. And we have a yellow flag already, and we've got a Fardo and midfield Maestro. So we've got the championship leader down in P20. So he's had a really, really rubbish start, and I believe it's his front wing end plate, which it is, the front left. So he's going to suffer big time, especially coming through the castle section and all the way up to the hill and down to the finish straight. But Nat is still leading with a gap of 8 tenths a second, but pretty clean on the first lap, David.
Yeah, not too bad, obviously, other than that turn 3 incident. Yeah, pretty good from the guys, especially into turn 1. Very respectful indeed. Yorkie making a decent start on those softs, and he is right behind Nat M F1, and he looks like he's going hell for leather. He's using the DRS down to 35%, and is gonna maybe be looking for a move into the lead into turn 1. He's used all of his deploy for this lap, and he's still gonna try and make the move up the inside. He's got the inside line, and Nat doesn't fight the move too much. Probably a sensible decision. Knows he will get DRS down this back straight, but he might very well choose to just sit in behind the Merc driver for the time being.
Yeah, so Yorkie's going to have to try and make the use out of these next couple of laps to try and build a gap to at least Groundsy. I think Nat is maybe a little bit too fast. He's pretty consistent, and he has DRS behind him, so he's going to gain that time throughout the lap. Got a comfortable little lead at the moment by 1.5 seconds to Groundsy. Let's have a look at the position changes quickly. So let's have a look at the winners and losers. So Yorkie and Silverside Boy are up 2 places. We've got Liam's had a brilliant start in the Red Bull, up 5 places, and obviously our one of our losers is midfield Maestro down in P20, who's lost 7 places. So yeah, so David, this can proper tamper with midfield Maestro's lead at the top of the championship.
Yeah, of course he needs to keep his head down and hope for a few mistakes up in front as the pack starts to spread out a little bit.
TJ's in the wall.
Oh God, big crash.
Yeah, big crash. So yeah, it was a bit silly. You had what was the Diamond who's in front, but you had Diamond, Reese Species, Liam, and TJ, and also Lexus all trying to go 3 or 4 wide. Going into that little left-hand kink before you go onto the main straight. So, yeah, not a lot of patient drivers, but trying to find out why the telemetry is all going a bit naff. But Silverside Boy makes his move on a Monkey Boy, so he's up into P7, showing pretty good pace in the last 3 laps. We have some also movements here. Got Liam and Reese's Pieces alongside each other. Oh, they're both getting squeezed with the Ferrari on the inside. Careful, boys, plenty of opportunities to pass, but the Ferrari now stuck himself in between Liam and Reese's Pieces, and Reese's trying to make a move on that Ferrari. Ferrari runs a little bit wide there. We've still got a yellow flag, sector 1, I think that's TJ's AI car just coming up a bit, so he obviously knows that there's no point continuing. It wastes a set of tyres. But yeah, Yorkie's still holding on in P1, David, but that gap to Groundsy and everyone behind it is slowly coming down.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Naem as we are. He's just sitting in behind Yorkie, not using ERS at all, and Groundsy hot on the heels. And this could be, to be fair, if he can keep those tyres, third place will still be a very good finish here in the sprint. So we'll see how it pans out later on in the race. But Naem, he's still using no ERS, so he's put it on medium now. There on the start-finish straight, just to give him that little bit of extra oomph in his engine. I think it's an extra 160 brake horsepower. The hybrid deployment in these cars. Not to say that that's how they are in game. It's how they are in real life, but. Never mind, they stay as they are through turns 1 and 2.
We've got Liam in the wall. Turn 1, Liam has crashed out. Yep, so he's a copper of the turn 1. It is a very good, difficult corner. You want to try and turn in tight there for a better exit, but the wall does kink out, and especially does kink out on exit also. I've seen a lot of drivers over the course of the week already going into that wall. Yeah, it's all settling down a bit now. Everyone is stuck in a DRS train, and they're actually stuck behind Yorkie. So everyone from P1 down to P9 is only separated by, I don't know, 3-4 seconds, something like that. So, yeah, but over the last couple of laps, Silverside Boys managed to lose 2 places to Monkey Boy and Bread is Cool. But Monkey's having a very, very good race at the present moment. He's moved up a couple of positions into P7. Both the RBs managed to get into the top 10, but you do only get points if you're in the top 8. So anyone below that, obviously, you're going to have to start pushing. Got Diamond Douche, so he's a bit stalemate down there in P12. Seems like, again, David, he just hasn't got the raw pace over the last 2 or 3 races.
Yeah, really struggling thus far, as we have a change in the lead, and notably last lap. Speaking of pushing, Yorkie tapping the wall in the exit of turn 15, and yeah, he's doesn't look like he's got any damage, but it might knock his confidence a little bit. All he needs to do is stay in behind the driver in front. The gap to leader, for those interested, down to P9 is 4.5 seconds. So, Yorkie taps the inside of turn 3 there. Well, very fortunate once again to get away with it. As yeah, the DRS train continues.
Yeah, so it looks like Yorkie's losing a bit of rear end grip as he slides around, I believe, turn 7. But at the minute, he saved a little bit of battery by being in first, so he's got enough to defend, but he just needs to try and get in within that second, which I don't think he's going to now. And I expect the next couple of laps, you're going to have quite a lot of people pass him. It's a bold move to start on the soft, but at least he's tried it. Maybe it's just a strategic thing, and he doesn't want to. He wants to use up his softs and keep all his mediums for the race. We've got Eagle stuck behind Groundsy. He's going to try and make a move, but at the present moment, you've got Groundsy and Noah. He's in a kick sandwich. You've got Biddle sitting nicely in P6. Hasn't really been able to make a move, but he is under pressure now for Monkey Boy. And Monkey Boy's only got 11% battery, so he hasn't got much to use down his back straight. He is sticking out of the slipstream of Biddle. Not too sure why. Maybe it's just for a better view down to turn 1, so he doesn't outbrake himself. But he's having a very, very good race. Just behind, we've got a move. Oh, Silverside Boy, Bread is Cool. Bread is Cool just cut Silverside Boy up. We also have a move in turn 1, and that's how you do it. You have Diamond and Remaster fighting into turn 1. Diamond still keeps his place in P12, and you have a little train behind him. But yeah, this top 9 people now are very, very close together as Silverside Boy just touches the wall. And David, Gary has got a missing front right end plate, so I wonder if it was him who collided with midfield Marshall in lap 1.
Yeah, the RB then not seemingly too affected if he has had damage since lap 1. Of course, traction will help with that. He just needs to sort of make sure his car is balanced through the left-handers, because that's where he will be struggling for the mechanical grip, for the aero. Sorry, not the mechanical. Idiot. Literally the opposite of mechanical grip. Cruz has binned it.
How's he done that? Whoa! Yeah, so he's crashed it on the straight. So I wonder if he's, I don't know. Bit of a weird one.
Reese's Pieces taps the exit of turn 15 as well. He's lost a little bit of end plate, and we'll see if that emboldens midfield Maestro to get a move on in these later laps.
But we do have Silverside Boy and Breddy's Call having a massive slipstream of Monkey, and Gary taps the back of Breddy's Call. We're on board with Gary, and he's going in the inside, and he makes the move stick. The brilliant move there by Silverside Boy, but the Breddy's Call is on his way back through, coming into turn 2. Plenty of room given, but Breddy's Call now has got the DRS wide open, so he's going to suffer here. And you also got Monkey getting a lovely slipstream here. I wonder if he's going to take a dive in the inside. He's a sensible driver, so he's going to wait another lap. But yeah, good driving there by Breddy's Call and Silverside Boy. But like we were saying, David, at the beginning you said they're only going to last about 6 laps. Got Yorkie down in P6. Yeah,
Yorkie had a little bit of a mare. He attempted to hang it round the outside into turn 1 with Eagle already passed by the turning point, and maybe would have served him better to pull out at that point and just tuck in behind. But yeah, down in P6 now. He's lost DRS in front. He's going to have Silverside Boy before too long in the DRS behind. And it's kind of hard to see Yorkie finishing with any points here as things stand. Yeah, we've got Eagle up in P3. He has a good opportunity here to pass Groundsy for P2. Let's see how strong the slipstream and DRS are down this main straight. Eagle is about half a second behind. He should be able to catch Groundsy before turn 1. If he does, it's going to be a late move. Is he going to go for the late move? No, he doesn't. So he's going to make it stick for another lap. Biddle's up into P5 after passing Yorkie, and he's still just behind this little gap here. Noah has dropped off the Eagle a slight little bit. Let's go on board with Biddle. Got this Noah with no battery at all. Biddle has saved some battery here. Yorkie now, like you were saying, is now under pressure from Breddy's Call. So Breddy's Call has got past Silverside Boy again down at the DRS. So it's a bit of cat and mouse in a minute between P7, 8 and 9. Got Alexis who's made his way up into P10 from I think P14, so he's having a decent finish at the minute. But the person that's been a bit disappointed so far is Fish Sticks David, still down in P15, so he hasn't really made any inroads just yet. Yeah, of course, because the slipstream has is so powerful, the DRS trains are so powerful, it's not really a surprise to see those towards the back not making many inroads. Of course, Fish Sticks down in P15 and midfield Maestro down in P16. Once you lose that DRS, it's very hard to catch up to the guys in front unless you're working with others. As you can see, what's Nat done? So big news, David. Nat on the exit. I don't know what the corner's called. The one that you crashed at. He's a few seasons ago. That one. He smacked the wall when he's lost all his front wing. So if he's a good boy, he will move out the way of other fast drivers, which I'm not too sure he's actually doing at the moment. He's racing around with no front wing. He's obviously going to try and get as much points as he can, but he has to stay out the way of any fast moving cars. So that actually promotes Eagle into P1.
So on the last lap, and we have Remaster has retired in the pit down in P17. So David, It's Noah is in a good position here to get a double slipstream down that back straight.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily what you want to be in P1 towards the end. You can see both P1 and P2 conserving ERS, trying to get a full bucket to use down the back straight, and Groundsy is going to be looking for that move soon enough, you think, as Eagle not really defending. Groundsy having a little bit of a look, but he gets a slow exit, and behind it looks like Noah had an even worse one.
Yep, so we're just coming down the main straight now. I think that is done for Noah. He's not going to have the opportunity to pass his team out in Eagle. But let's see if Eagle's got enough battery to defend. He's got 40%. He's saved up. He's got the overtake button pressed right down. DRS is just about to open for Groundsy, and he's also using all his battery to see. And Yorkie's crashed into the wall, and over the line goes Eagle into P1. So Groundsy P2, it's Noah P3. Biddle finishes P4, Brett is called P5. Nat finishes P6 with no front wing. Lexus finished P7, David, from the back. So he made a massive jump over that last lap. P8 goes Silkside Boy, who takes the last remaining point. Monkey Boy P9. And I'm not too sure who finished P10, but yeah, last lap, Yorkie pushing a bit too hard, and P7 crashed into the wall. It looks like Silkside Boy and Monkey Boy all got caught up in that because Lexus jumped to the opportunity and got P7.
Yeah, great race there for the Ferrari driver as he picks up 2 points on the day. And the results of the sprints are, as you see on your screen right now, 4 DNFs from a full grid. Well, technically 5 if you include Yorkie. DNFing, of course, on the last lap. Still classified, but DNFing nonetheless. So the margin of victory, 1.2 tenths. But still a decent double podium for the Kicksauber crew. And yeah, they'll be happy for that going into the next race.
Yeah, that's a very entertaining race, that little sprint race there. Now, guys, like I explained before, we do now go into another qualifying session, which would be normally on the next day of the Grand Prix weekend. And it looks like a little bit of a muggy Baku. Looks a bit cloudy, but obviously the sun is beaming through. I'm just going to have a look at the standings quickly, just see where people would be after that race. So Eagle would be only 11 points, David, behind Midfield Maestro, and Groundsy would also be the same. He'll be around at 12, 13 points. So that DNF by Midfield Maestro has proper suffered him in the championship.
Yeah, and of course, with still 3 rounds to go, it's still all to play for at the top of Tier 2. While we have a small break, let's have a look at the Twitch chat. We've got Alistair Nasia. The race is going to be good. I'm terribly sorry if I butchered your name. But, yeah. Thank you for thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. I did notice the follow that you gave us, as also there is a new follow from, oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't say your name. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you Oscar. Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Also in the chat we've got Button repping Team Fish. And yeah, doing fantastic work there in that race to take that sprint victory, Eagle. And yeah, well, more of the same, please, Team Fish. Pray for.
Yeah, so I would expect probably faster times in this qualified session. We obviously had a short 10-minute session earlier, and then we've just had the sprint race. So everyone knows the pure limitations of this track now, where not to push. So I probably expect a lot of people probably in the low 39s. You may even get someone squeeze into the. Did we get into 38s last time?
Not quite.
No. So.
Oh
so
wait, maybe Nat did. No, yeah, Nat did. It was
Nat
4
did,
tenths
so-
clear until 138.9.
So I'd expect some people in the 38s, and most people in the low 39s. But people to look out for is obviously Fish, who couldn't complete a qualifying lap. Obviously crashing in qualifying. Got Cruz warming up his tyres, so he's actually decided to go on a second flying lap, it looks like. Or maybe not. It's a bit weird, warming his tyres up just as he's starting the lap. Yep, so Fish, I'd like to see TJ, see if TJ can get up there again in the top 10, and expect a little bit better from Silside Boy and Diamond Douche. And let's see if Lexus can have a good qualifying, as looked like he had really good race pace in the Ferrari. Managed to get into the points in the end. So if he can improve his qualifying a little bit better, he should have a decent race. So we've got the first drivers out on the. You continue, David.
No, yeah, I was just saying, yeah, interesting tyre choice from a few of the drivers. Maybe Cruz opting for just a banker time on those mediums. Quite a few 4 drivers on the mediums thus far. Yeah. Also, thank you in the chat to Steel, giving us, or at least giving me, a drink. So much appreciated. Don't forget, Ads needs to drink too. He's the one on main. Needs more drink than me.
Nothing special. But yeah, like you were saying, we've got 4 drivers out on mediums, so they're obviously going to save a set of tyres, an extra set of soft tyres towards the end. And as it's a very long lap around here, it's 140. It's about 15 seconds slower than Spa, so it is quite a long lap. Probably going to get at least, what would you say, Dave, about 3 laps at best, 4 laps at a push around here?
Yeah, we're certainly thinking about the maybe if you're running mediums, maybe do two laps on them if you really want. But I think 3's probably the most you're going to get, as Cruiser gave a hell of a slipstream to the Williams of Nat M. I'm not quite sure if that's quite kosher from the RB driver to give such a big toe to the Williams. A 139.2 on mediums is an absolute stonker, and yeah, that is absolutely mad.
Yeah, so we got Nat up into P1 on the mediums, like David said, 139.2. He's currently the fastest out of all the medium runners. He's actually got an 8/10 gap to Cruiser down in 7th on the same set of tyres. And he's actually gone faster than all the soft running people at the present moment. But we do have Diamond Douche. He has put in a much better lap than his first qualifying session earlier. That puts him up to P3, and we've also got Gary, our Silside Boy, up into P4. So they've set faster times than what they did in the first session. But Groundsy goes into P1 with a 139.1. So the times are tumbling down. Cruiser and Fish and a Ferrari behind, all lining up. TJ is not on a lap, so let's say that his Noah's on a lap now. It's just coming into the end of sector 2. Takes a lot of curb there. Very difficult corner, that, David. So it's kind of like 2 lines, isn't there, through that corner. You can take a lot of curb but then risk bottoming out and spinning. Or you can go slightly wide and touch it, which I would say is a racing driver, whatever you want to call it, esports driver. I prefer just to slightly touch it instead of riding the curb so high.
Yeah, it's a tricky corner, turn 15. We've seen incidents there. No doubt there will be potentially more incidents in the feature. if you can get, if there's like a sweet spot on the inside of the curb, if you go to take loads of curb, you can actually sort of just skip the entire curb, and you can grip as if you've just taken it like there's not a curb there. But very tricky to master, as Kick Sauber's looking strong once again towards the start of the session, P1, P3.
Yeah, and that'd be good for them in the constructors also, because I believe the result they've just done has got them into P2 in the championship, just in front of the Alpines and slightly behind the Mercedes. But Biddle is on a very fast lap at the moment. He has used most of his battery, so he's going to suffer down his straight. He was a second up on his lap time, so that would have put him in P2. So let's see how... Oh, and he's pulled into the pits. Crosses the white line into the pits. Naughty boy. Yeah, so he's comfortably able to do a 1:39.2 there, so that'll be a good sign for him. But we do have Nat, who we're going to have to watch this next lap to see what he can do. It's Noah is, I think, preparing another lap, possibly. Hope he don't cross the line, because he hasn't used any of his battery at all. And no, he does come into the pits. So everyone's done their first laps. I can't see the lap time. So we've got 9 minutes. So we've got enough time for 2 laps of the people that are actually currently out. The David Championship leader, Michael Maestro, much better qualified so far, up into P4 in the Mercedes.
Yep, and I'm sure he'll want to put that sprint race behind him and get his nose to the floor and get a decent quali, and it should set him up well for the rest of the event. A little bit further back, got TJ doing a second flying lap on these soft tyres, and he improved to put himself up in P7, so a decent lap from him, a 1:39.7, and that puts him just in front of his teammate, who is on a second. No, I think he might have bailed out of his first run. He's gone back out again on the same set of tyres.
Yeah, so everyone is now preparing for this second lap. We've got Gary in the chat saying, got wing damage of Brett cutting me up turn 14 while I was alongside. So I'm guessing that was a sprint race when he had no end plate, and hopefully that wasn't in qualifying, because they shouldn't be side by side in qualifying. But we have Nat now coming into the end of Sector 1, so let's see what his time is. So he is 2 temps up. So it's only slightly put him in front of Groundsy, but he doesn't go sideways there. So again, too much curb, and it's unbalanced the car, and all the slide is all about the rear end, just trying to stick to the track, and he nearly hits the wall at Castle too, so he's flinging this Williams around that track. So he's just coming uphill now and downhill to the right or left hand kink, where a lot of people are having trouble with. See how much curb he takes. So he does what I said most drivers do, is just nick it slightly and try and get to that wall as close as possible. David, look at that time, he's nearly 7 temps up on his time. So, and he saved 84% of his battery. I think this is going to be close to a 1, it could be a 1:37 if he's using all his battery here. So let's see what he's going to be doing now. So just coming up to DRS9, he is now bunking his battery with DRS wide open. Is it a 37? No, it's not. It's 38.9. So he lost a lot of time there, David.
Yeah, barely worth getting out of bed for 38.9. It's probably due to ERS usage, as there was no obvious errors in that last sector. So different ERS usage, obviously giving a different result in terms of sectors, but a 38.9 once again. That's put in provisional pole with 6.5 minutes left. Monkey is coming towards the end of his lap. He's coming into pits.
Yeah, so we've got Midfield Maestro, championship leader, just going up into P3 on his second flying lap. So there's a decent time of him. But what I'm loving at the minute, it's so close. between first to around, well, 8th around near Gary, Silverside Boy. Got Eagle now coming into the end of Sector 1, so let's see where this puts him. Again, he's used quite a lot of battery. It looks like a lot of drivers are using half of their battery, not using it at all for the rest of the lap, and then just using the rest on that main straight. Just tell viewers who obviously maybe never played this game or not too sure know about the technical part of the system. How do you normally use your so I tend to you know, you always say to me I normally use quite a lot of my battery, but I tend to use my battery out of the corners more than straights. I feel like this probably gives you a better advantage over the lap. How do you use your battery over a race?
So normally you would want to use the ERS in the slow or coming out of the slower corners, and in a sense, Baku is no different. Most drivers are tending to turn off their ERS completely on their hot laps for the middle sector. Of course, no ERS really required through the castle section, and it's having overtake available to you to the line down the straight as unsimilar to previous games is you're really not going to get a best top end speed unless you are deploying all the way down that straight, and that we're talking difference between maybe 192 miles an hour in the speed trap and 209. So there really is a big gap if you've run out of deploy too early on that straight, and that is so crucial. One thing I did remember is Nat M's first lap. He had a massive toe down the start-finish straight, so that will not have. Well, that probably would have contributed towards his loss of time in that third sector, but still sits on pole the rest of the lap, made up for it, as we have 3.5 minutes left on the clock, and looks like pretty much everyone getting ready to go out on their final runs if they haven't already.
Yeah, so obviously going by that news, that you know, that toe is probably worth 4 or 5 temps. So if someone can get that right, it would can bump you up quite a lot, especially if you're people like TJ or Silverside or Diamond. That will put you near enough in pole position if you get the toe right. But like you said, David, everyone's now starting to come out for their final runs. I think we have Silverside Boy on his last run. So, did you want to take the viewers around with Silverside Boy for his last run in the RB?
I don't see why not. Of course, a few seconds before he comes to the line as he opens DRS, puts on hot lap. So towards the start finish, we see him come across the line, start his lap now. It's down to third gear for the apex of turn 1. Careful to keep it as close to the wall and the exit as possible. It's a short break towards turn 2, and once again hit the apex and keep it close to the wall on exit. There's a little bit of traffic here, but he should be fine. Hugs the right hand wall into the braking zone of turn 3, touches the apex very nicely. There's a little bit of a sprint down to turn 4, hits the apex once again, and this is the real windy part of the track. Tapping the wall ever so slightly, gets away with it there at the start of sector 2. Now, probably what some might say is one of the most difficult corners on the track. Cuts it very nicely, doesn't invalidate Castle. It's all about how big your balls are, and on the exit, he is deploying, yes. So decent through Castle. Maybe a better line would have served him better, but as he comes around into turn 15, just kisses the inside curve, taking the collateral ads line as a heavy braking. He has 1/10 up coming into sector 3, but he does have about a third of his deployment for the rest of the lap. That'll mean he'll come out of these last 2 corners. I say corners in inverted commas because, you know, they're just flat out, as he now turns on the overtake to the line, gets up to 206 before using all the deploy, but across the line, and it's not an improvement from Silverside Boy. He will stay in P9. Other drivers, I'm sure, will be overtaking him, as plenty yet to come.
Yeah, we just had a midfield maestro go across the line and go a temp quicker, I believe. We've got Groundsy, and Nat's retired, so he feels like he's comfortable in P1. Let's have a look. We've got Biddle just starting his lap now, and he's going to get a massive tow off his teammate. So Diamond Douche is helping his teammate here. Or is Diamond actually on a hot lap? Because if he is, they've screwed each other over. And they are. So Biddle is stuck behind Douche, so that's not very worked out good for them, unless Biddle feels like he's confident of not losing too much during this middle sector.
He is down through sector 1 though, 1.5 tenths, and this is really not the part of the track you want to be stuck behind someone. As up the castle section, Biddle goes fairly smoothly. It has to be said still, now it's going to be 2 corners, but the rest of the lap just pure slipstream. As the checkered flag has come down, we've had a couple of drivers cross the line. That's Eagle and Noah, P5, P6 respectively. As Biddle now coming out of the last corner, he's going to get a massive tow down this start-finish straight, and this could very well be the lap that puts him on pole through the final corner. And now down the long straight, he's on hot lap. Diamond Douche still there, giving him the slipstream. The DRS opens towards the line. It's a 139.1. Good enough for P3. Second row. Fantastic. Somewhat teamwork there from the Alpines.
Yeah, so that puts Biddle up into P3. So that puts him in the mix for the race. Championship leader Biddle Marshall moved down to P4 after that. We've got both the Aston Martins all together. We did have it, and Cruz put in a blinder a lap, nearly 9 tenths quicker, so he put himself again in the mix. He tends to show up quite late for qualifying, so he's up into 6th, only a couple of tenths from pole position. Eagles had a pretty disappointing qualifying compared to the sprint quali. He's down at P8. Lexus David's had a much better qualifying session for himself, so he's up into P9. Again, disappointing, and we know that Douche helped his team out quite a lot, but a disappointing qualifying in the end for Silverside Boy, TJ, and it looked like Monkey that was down there.
Yeah, Yorkie down in P18 as well, which is not going to be great for the constructors' standings if he doesn't make up the places in the race. But there are your qualifying results for the feature race.
Yeah,
who's sticking out? Who is sticking out? Other than Yorkie.
Brett is cool. He's had a couple good qualifier sessions so far. One of the better ones that I've seen from him over the last few races. Rue Masters had a decent qualifying session so far. Biddle again seems quite strong in qualifying, but his race pace seems to drop off. So hopefully he has a better race pace this time round. But it looks like our normal what would say our top 10. But again, like you said, Yorkie a little bit disappointed down in P18, and then you've got the other bunch of Silverside, Monkey, TJ, who had good qualifying sessions last time round, just seemed to struggle this time round.
Yep, as we are here once again waiting for the drivers to have a quick break before going again. Let's take another quick peek into the chat as Button's calling for the Peaky Papaya rules. That's an inside joke, and also obviously the papaya rules of real life. Also, J7's got Yeah, J7's got an opinion on Nat-M moving up. He is a rapid Don.
He is a rapid Dom, but he only qualified a tenth and a half in front of the second, third, and fourth person. So it's not like he was sixth or seventh, 6 or 7 tenths in front. That'll be another conversation, but it was pretty close between the top top 4 people. And just remember, he obviously crashed it also in the sprint. So you never know. This might be one of his favourite tracks, and this is why.
Same as Belgium, then. Same as the race before that, whatever it was. Can't remember.
Didn't win it though, did he?
Yeah, but it's a rapid Don.
He's a rapid Don.
It's just a massive bottle job. As
you're rapid Don.
I'm not.
You did.
I just
you
don't
won.
Bottle it.
You ain't told the viewers yet, have you? You won.
It's about the tier 3 race, and we're not on about the tier 3 race. What we are on about is the tier 2 one, where looking at the starting tyres, there is a real mix. 8 cars starting on the hard tyres. So, interestingly, Nat MF1 choosing to start on the hards, and that is an interesting decision at the start, from the front, to not pick the softer, realistic option. Although arguably you would say at the front you might want to stick on softs.
And what did you say to me before the session started?
You can pit any lap you want and go on the hards, and they'll go to the end.
Yeah.
Absolutely any lap. So if you're on the hards...
If you can just invite Yorkie quickly in.
Yeah, it's not the wisest decision.
No, I'll just quickly go for the grid. So we've got Hirsch in P20, Fardo 19th, 18th is Yorkie, P17th is Monkey Boy, P16 is Fish Sticks, P15 is TJM, P14 is Reese's Pieces, P13 is Mr. Kebabi, P12 is Diamond Douche, P11 is Liam, P10 it's Noah, P9 is Lexus, 8th Eagle, 7th British School, 6th Cruise, 5th Remaster, 4th Midfield Master, P3 Biddle, B2 Granzy, and P1 Nad.
And breathe.
Like 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. And we go. And we have a slow moving Ferrari at the back, but shitty camera angle. But we have Groundsy, but Biddle's had a bit of a stonker. He's dropped down a position, and midfield Maestro and Rumas have both got past him, but pretty clean so far. We've got the Ferrari at the back going for Dive and Yorkie. I'm not too sure if Yorkie's back in his car yet. Should be, but we
doesn't look like Biddle's.
No, Biddle is ghosting at the moment. Biddle's just hit the wall. I wonder if his car's trying to reset itself. But we've got a spinner at the back.
The SC.
Yes. So who was that? Don't know who that was. I think it looks like. Oh, Yorkie's retired. Ah, shit. On track and all. So the game, he's done him a good one, I think.
Yeah.
I think
he's not been able to take control of his car.
So maybe that's why we've got the virtual safety. I'm not too sure what else that could be. The Silverside boy has been in the water again. He's got no front wing end plate on the right hand side. So it's twice in 2 sessions now. Let's have a look further up. Monkey and TJ have had a decent start. They're all up into P11, 12. I'm not too sure what's happened to Biddle, David. He's still ghosting around. And
I've invited him to the session just in case he's not here.
And I think unless I don't know, he's dropped down to P9. His car is still ghosting, and it looks like it does look like he's in AI mode. I'm not 100% sure. Go on board with him. See if the battery's being used.
I'm asking the question.
Well, the battery's being used in overtake mode, so I think he is there. Yeah.
Oh, I think he's having issues rejoining.
Ah. Yeah, so we've got Diamond now past him into P10, but we have Nat still up in P1 with Groundsy in P2. So unfortunately Biddle is now dropping back into P12. He's having difficulties joining the session, I believe. Got midfield Maestro in P3. Radical says that Reese's Pieces looks like he's missing a front wing end plate. So let's have a look at if he has. And yes, he has. He's also come towards on the first lap. We've got Silverside Boys struggling there, down near enough in last place. He's now been passed by Hirsch. Going side by side through this section is not a wise thing, but they both back out. Back up at the front, it's very close between Midfield Maestro and Groundsy, but we have Groundsy's car absolutely lagging everywhere. Biddle is now officially... Oh, we've got Groundsy in the wall. Oh, maybe not. So, Groundsy again.
Yeah.
David is...
once again...
Into its poo-poo.
Yeah. It's getting to a point where you can't let it continue.
Yeah, so on our screen it looked like he smashed the wall, which would have put a lot of drivers off. So Midfield Maestro or anyone behind is listening, just be careful Groundsy's car, because it may scare you in some corners. But Groundsy does go for the move on that into P1, so that will be crucial for his race, getting in front of the hard tyre, and it's very difficult to follow where Groundsy is at the minute, bouncing around. But Cruz, David, up into P5, comfortable in P5, so he's made up some places.
Yeah, very eager on the ERS. It looks like he's going to try and make another move into turn 3, and he's up the inside of Bread, and he makes the move.
Whoa.
Needs to be careful on exit, because Bread is going to be looking for that move around the outside, maybe even a switchback. Is he going to have a peek into turn 5? No. Thinking better of it, but Cruiser really needs to recover some of that ERS, and he's on none. So heeding the advice of well, maybe learned in quali, but yeah, you can't really overtake in this part, so you might as well save a bit of ERS, right?
Yeah, might as well, but I would use probably a tiny little bit for this sector just to try and get that slight slipstream. But Monkey picks up the first 3-second penalty of the race at weekend. He's down in P12 just behind his teammate, with TJ having a good run in at the minute, just behind Liam, who's in 10th in the sole points position. So decent running so far by the Haas drivers. Finally Biddle has joined. He hasn't joined into his car yet.
I don't think the game is going to let him.
No, he has now. He's back in, but the poor man is now from P3 down to P18, and he's got a 10-second gap. But never give up. Could be a saved car, and we know what his pace like, and it could bring him further into the Grand Prix if that's the case. We have Hirsch and the Fry weaving like mad to try and break the toe of Silverside Boy. Silverside Boy has used up all his thing. We've got Reese's Pieces in the pits for front wing change. Yep, so we've got Nat already back into P1, and Groundsy down into P2. Hopefully that is right. I'm just waiting to see if it lags back forward, but I don't think it is. But the top 3 have got a comfortable position of 2.2 seconds to Cruz, who still managed to keep in front of Brendan Call. So he's want to try and get around 8/10 at least before going on to that main straight to try and keep in front, but he is building up his battery. But everyone behind him, especially Roommaster, has used none of his battery so far. Lexus in the Fries having a decent run in P7 and on the hard tyres, so he's one of the top 3 drivers on the hard tyres. So hard tyres are working very well at the moment for the drivers compared to the mediums. Eagle's in P8, so we haven't seen much improvement so far in the race for Eagle. To be honest, he'll need see if we can try and get a good result here, because he did close in on the championship to Midfield Maestro. Midfield Maestro is a couple seconds up the road, so he's going to try and get past Lexus as soon as possible. Let's keep on board with him. I think Lexus is just outside the DRS. We'll go on board with him in cockpit view. See if Lexus has got DRS, which he hasn't. But Eagle looks like Eagle's carrying a lot of front wing. David, he was only just reaching 200 miles an hour with DRS open.
Yeah, and maybe he had his ERS off. I'm not sure, but yeah, a lot of front wing is. To be fair, this game will allow you, as long as you can stick in a train, you can very much run the higher downforce. I think typically at sneak peek mine was 35-20. So much higher than in previous games, and yeah, it's allowing a wider range of strategies, and I think it's probably one of the better things about this game.
Yeah, and we have TJ on the move. He's into P10, so he's actually in the points main positions at the minute. He's looking very comfortable around Baku. I won't say no more because I don't want to jinx him. We're just going on board with Eagle now. Just want to have a look, which is very interesting compared to the others. Just to see what his top end speed is, and this is why maybe he's not making much inroads, because I'm pretty sure you can change your setup between the qualifying. So I wonder if you change setup for this race compared to the last. He has got ERS open, and he's getting the slipstream. Again, look at the Ferrari in front, he's pulling away. He's using the ERS now, which is giving him a little bit of a boost. I think he's running a little bit higher than other people in front, and that's why he's struggling a little bit more. Got yellow flag, got TJ.
Oh, TJ. Well, lads.
No, hang on, I said I stopped. I never did it. I stopped half a lap before, that's not my fault. But there is our first safety car. He was running so well, and turn one, like we were saying before in the sprint, it does have a little kink on the outside. It does look like he's clipped it. I know you can slide your car through there and you hit your front wing. We've got Yorkie retiring also. I know he retired earlier, my bad. Biddle is now in, so Biddle's gone very aggressive. He's actually gone on softs. But
he could be
hitting. Can you invite Biddle back? He left again.
Did he?
That was that was his AI pitting for him.
Interesting. I did invite him back.
Yeah, he joined and then he left again. About half a lap later.
Ridiculous.
But
ridiculous.
Let's see if Silverside Boy, I would expect him to come in and pit for a brand new set of hards and get his front wing fixed, because that is suffering him a lot through this Grand Prix so far. He has got that gap to Biddle's AI at the moment. If he puts a move on him, maybe able to just squeeze out or just behind him. But yeah, we have 2 DNFs so far. So we had Yorkie, who left the session, come back, and his car DNF'd him, which is a problem with this game, which we found out since it's come out. And poor old TJ running in the points, having a very good race, and he ended up crashing into turn 1. So we do have all the medium tyres runners so far all pitting. I don't think there's going to be anyone holding up anyone here. I think they're all separate, but I would expect them to all come onto hard tyres. Got midfield Maestro having a slow one there. Got Liam having the front wing fix. Silverside Boy is coming in very cautiously, making sure he doesn't speed in fix, because in this game they do give you a 10-second penalty now, which go in line with the in real life. So
it's not though. It's a 5-second penalty in real life. It's ridiculous.
10 seconds all about then.
Yeah, the game's stupid.
Okay, well, K-Master's given us an extra 5 seconds added on for speeding in the pit lane, or EA Sports, both of them really. Yep. So yeah, it's one of them things where places like here where you come in fast, or Qatar, Silverstone is another one where you're coming in quite fast. It's very hard to brake and see the lines on some of these circuits in the 10 seconds around here. And well, in normal racing terms, it's very difficult to gain that back. You do lose a lot of time. Look at the race the other day where Radical picked up 10 seconds. It cost him a lot. You can suffer around here big time. But Biddle's still not joined the session. But yeah, nothing's changed at the top. David, top 4 still on hard tyres. They have, they start like you said. You wouldn't want to start on the hard tyres, and you're in these terms you are quite correct, because now everyone else behind them has had a free pit stop, very low deck on the hard tyres. Unless it's another safety car, the top 4 have now lost out compared to the people behind.
Yeah, and you say started on the hard strategy. I will say started on the wrong strategy, because, well, this is clear for all to see. Everyone from P5 downwards has had a free pit stop, and they can comfortably go to the end of the race. It'll be interesting to see Liam down in P13, whether or not he thinks he'll be able to go to the end on those mediums. It could be possible. I don't want to rule anything out, actually.
No, I think he listened to you. I think he pitted. And he has, yes, he pitted for the hard tyres, so he's obviously had second thoughts. But we do have it's Noah, who was running in P4, I think it was. P3, P4. He's decided to make a gamble and go on their medium tyres. We've got Fardo and Fishstick swapping positions under the safety car. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. I think Fardo's getting a little bit too close to Fishsticks, past him under the safety car, which is, again, a big no-no. Shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, the likes of Silverside Boy, Reese, and Liam all had wing damage, so they've managed to take the opportunity to get them all fixed and hopefully have a cleaner run this time around. We're only into lap 8, and it's already 20 past 9. Yeah, so any surprises so far for you, David? You've got Brady's call up into P5, but he's managed to jump Groundsy for some reason. I'm not too sure why.
Yeah, it could. I don't know. Maybe front wing change, or
yeah, unless he had front wing change.
It could have just been how the cars landed as he got into the pits.
Or Cruz has left it on unsafe release in the pit stops. He's had to sit there and wait. It's the only thing I can think of. Because Kickstar was one of the first pits, is it? Yeah. Is it one of the first ones? Is that how it works?
I don't know. To be honest, I can't really think. My brain is mush.
No, I think.
But we are getting ready to go again. So if you're in a top scoring team, then you go to the front of the pit box, and obviously the lower down, the further on the pit lane you are. Looks like we're getting ready to go once again then.
Yep, so we have Nat, who has now gone. We have Lexus in P3 fighting with Remaster, so he's managed to make his way up. Even Hirsch is up into P4, so he's going to be looking for a good result here.
Oh,
the Ferrari, and big crashes. Oh, is that another safety car? I think Cruz got caught in that. And definitely Midfield Maestro got caught in that, our championship leader. So I'm not too sure. I think it was one of the Ferraris. And it's clashing there with Diamond. Another yellow flag's out. So who have we got down here that's spun? Brewmaster. So one of our top runners from earlier has spun. We've got wing damage everywhere. And it is another virtual safety car. Please say that has not Gary's front wing again. No, that's all intact. So we have got front wing damage on some of these cars. Just trying to find who it is. I believe it's going to be one of these sets of cars. Drive through penalty for Remaster also. So And that's basically his race over. Let's again have another safety car. Yeah, I think it's Lexus who's got 2 wing plates missing. So that's not going to help him at all, especially through sector 2 and 1. Let's see how these guys, if any of these guys are going to pit at all under the virtual safety car conditions. See, it cuts the pit time by near enough half, so it'd probably be around 14 seconds. Might be less than 40 seconds, yeah, about 28 seconds for a pit stop around there. It'll be about 14 seconds instead. So let's see if any of these top runners do decide to pit. I think Nat, yep, Nat's made the gamble, so he's actually taking the advantage of the virtual safety cars. Yeah, just gets it stopped in time. We've got Lexus also in. So this is a very, very long virtual safety car, so this is actually going to help. Nat will drop down to the back, but he will not lose any time, near enough, any time to the drivers behind, or in front. So he does actually come out in P13. It's not a fault. Safety, it is a safety car, isn't it?
Yeah, full safety car.
Oh, I've got a virtual safety car on my screen. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I was getting really confused. Yeah, so another safety car. We lasted 1 lap. Groundsy has left the session, Davis. So if it's okay with you, are you able to invite him back in? But we have an unfamiliar face up the top in Hirsch in the Ferrari. Hopefully this gives him a little bit of confidence being up there. He's one of the only ones who hasn't pitted, along with Fardo, who's still on them tyres from the start. But as the way it's going, we've had 2 safety cars in 10 laps. So hopefully he can get a very good result here, because I know he's a bit down on his results recently. He did have a good outing last time round, but he hasn't done so well this season so far. Silverside Boy is now nearly up into the points position, along with Fish, who's in P10. So let's talk about Fish, David, in the McLaren. Up into P10, another disastrous qualifying by him. So that's 2 this weekend. Oh, what a knob. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. So Hirsch got too close then to the safety car, and his safety car has wiped his front wing, and he's actually lost his wing end plate now.
Not the best move in the world. I heard Bert doesn't take too kindly to that. He's going to get disqualified if he overtakes a safety car like that.
And he has.
Don't say I didn't tell you so.
So he's going to be kicking himself, and yeah, so Hirsch was in provisional P1, passing the safety car under yellow flag conditions, to go in the pits. Is again a no-no. Which I think is not fair. This is where I think Dave, that EA Sports and everything need to crack on and try and sort out, because he was in the pit lane, in the white lines of the pit lane, and you can pass the safety car on you even if you're inside the pit lane.
Yeah, but he passed it before the pit lane.
Did he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he would have had the countdown.
Oh, naughty boy. But yeah, he'll be kicking himself, and I'm sure he'll be.
Are you seeing this at the front? Groundsy lagging into the safety car.
Yes, I am. Yeah, and it's very, very confusing. But I'm sure with you being LM, I'm pretty sure he's going to have another connection test at some point. But it does look like he's ghosted still, so he still hasn't taken his seat after rejoining back in. Yeah, mixed up grid now. So now we have Fish, Fardo all in the top 9. We've got Eagle up into P3, but then look who's P4, Monkey, and P5 is Douche.
Yeah, really mixing things up. Everyone has stopped now, of course, and yeah, we might be getting ready to go. As we are indeed. Groundsy will be the safety car in Sector 3. As, well, who are we looking out for? We're looking for everyone on medium, so that is 11th till, well, 13th, really. Assuming Biddle's not joined back in the lobby.
No, he's still not, no, and neither is Groundsy.
I don't think he's not going to join, I don't think.
So Groundsy is the AI car at the minute, and he has gone, but oh no, and oh no, he's just joined in, and the AI's pitted him. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh dear. He has literally got in a game and it's pitted him. Oh dear. And so we have Bread is Cool is leading the race, and Monkey Boy's in second. So this is going to get very, very interesting. And they are two teammates in the F2 league, so hopefully they give each other a little bit of respect. But Monkey does go in the inside, and very clean at the minute. He has got that 3 seconds. Oh, is that Monkey? Oh, I thought Monkey spun then. He lost the rear end, putting the power down, but he has got the 3 seconds. And we have Roommaster David, who's just left. Oh, he's left anyway, DNF. But, yep, we have Monkey with 3 seconds above his head, so he's going to want to try and pass Bread is Cool as soon as possible and try and build some kind of gap. Diamond Deuce up to P4. Cruz is sitting comfortably in P5. Our championship leader has dropped down to P6. So at the minute, Eagle is still closing that gap to midfield Maestro in the championship with 3 races left. Fardo and Fish and Reese's Pieces. But again, Silverside Boys had a shocking restart, David. It's come from P9 and all the way down to P12.
Yeah, not particularly great. Of course, he did pick up that that place from Groundsy as his AI pitted onto 6-lap-old mediums. I've only just seen. Oh my god! It's ridiculous. Monkey Boy takes the lead.
What's ridiculous? I'm not 100% sure what you're...
The game's made him pit. He was on tyres that could have comfortably gone to the end, and he's pit him onto tyres that can't get to the end.
Yeah, and Grounsy's decided to...
Absolute
Groundsy is in his car, but it has retired him on track. That has happened to 3 drivers so far in this Grand Prix. Biddle is still on course.
We should have called the R word. The RESTART word when someone readied up early, by the way.
Yeah, we
apparently it's a rule that everyone's forgotten, so
we weren't too sure if that was TJ hurrying things on because of the time. So it's hard to say.
It's a mandatory 3-minute if... Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, so we've still got Monkey Boy in a P1. Bread is closing him down in P2, about 4 tenths behind. Have 15 runners left. Again, we've still got the medium tyres in P10, 9 and 8. All going comfortably well. They've got another 13 laps left to go on these. Especially with Reese's Pieces, it's going to be a really, really big push. And we do have Nat all over the rear end of Reese. We have known over the last couple of races Reese is a very defensive driver. But he does give Nat a lot of room. He moves himself up into P9, it looks like. But it doesn't. Reese is sticking to his guns. And he has backed off. Again, he's got no front wing left end plate. But we've got the Williams drivers together. Basically, Fardo pushing that Ferrari of Lexus around the corner. With the medium tyres. Midfield Maestro making a move on Cruz. And has he got this stuck? Yes, he has. We've got Diamond in P4, Eagle in P3, and we've got Monkey, who did get passed by British Hall. But Monkey's he's using his overtake button slightly there. Freddy's score has got 60% battery. Monkey again is using them out the slow corners. Just want to try and build up a little bit of battery for this last bit of the lap. We've got Lexus also passing Cruz. So Lexus is making really good use of these medium tyres in the early stages. He's one of the he's the front leading pack of the medium tyres, so he's up in P6. Got a fight here between the Williams and Cruz, all up between each other. Silverside Boy has now managed to pass Fish Sticks up into P11 for him, 7 lap old tyres. Again, we've got Cruz being passed by Fardo. Cruz struggling, David, on fresher tyres.
Yeah, they'll take maybe 1 or 2 laps to warm up after that safety car period, but really he should be looking at not losing the amount of time he is, and of course he's probably going to lose another now as Nat M comes through on those mediums, but Lexus still looking very good at the moment. Very good indeed. There's Ding Dong up in the podium places.
Oh, it's been a crash. Oh, we got Fish Sticks in the wall. Who's that? Turn 1. Yep, so he's either been spun round or he's hit that wall on the rear end, but Liam has dropped place. So I guess it's Biddle's AI has picked up a 10-second penalty for ignoring
disgusting
yellow flags.
Yeah, overtook Liam under safety car there. Disgusting from the league owner.
And it is, yeah, and hopefully the head stewards will look into that situation.
Guaranteed penalty points, you know.
But after that, Monkey has slightly gone backwards. He's up into P3 now, so Eagle has moved, but he's still in a very comfortable position. Better than what I think he would have thought he would be at this time. Reese made his way up in P8. Silverside Boys now stuck behind Cruz. So no team orders at the moment with Cruz with that wing damage, but we got it's no on the inside of Silverside Boy. I think he had to cut the corner there to make sure he didn't go into Silverside. The RB of Cruz with slight wing damage, but no no team orders at the minute, but it will be papaya rules, as they say now. It does look like Cruz is either lifting off slightly. Gary's just spunked all his battery, which I think he's done. He's going for the double move down the straight, and he has overtaken Fardo. So brilliant move there by Gary, and I'm pretty sure we've got Cruz. He's
gone straight on at turn 1.
Gone straight on at turn 1, so he's done a Lewis Hamilton. He's outbroke himself, got into the runoff area. Again, that front wing wouldn't have done him any favours going into the braking zone, carrying a little bit more extra speed than what he should have been taking. Fish is in for a new front wing and fresh medium tyres. Oh, just caught that. Eagle spun. Oh, no. Someone else has lost the front wing and all. Was that
Do you remember when you
Eagles?
said about peaky papaya rules? They may come into effect soon enough.
Yeah, and they have now. But I think lucky enough that was his end plate just getting hit across the road. But we have a slow moving
Williams.
It weren't Williams. It
Oh,
was
it's
Haas on my
Lexus.
screen.
So ghosted Williams, but Lexus has gone backwards.
Yep, Lexus has got no front wing at all, so he's come a cropper somewhere. We've got Williams of Fardo with 2M. Well, he's got an M plate missing also, so there's carbon fibre everywhere across the track. And we've got an Eagle going round the outside of Nat. What a move that was. Silverside Boy is continuing also. That's because Nat's got no front wing at all, so he shouldn't be fighting anyone. Oh, that was close by both Williams. Just nearly hit each other. They both wanted to come in for a wing change, but decided not to. Monkey's in. I wonder if Monkey, David, has broken his front wing. Or is he just coming in for fresh tyres? He has broken his front wing, so he has hit the wall at some point. We have a yellow flag again, sector 1. We've got Cruz in the wall again. That's front wing. Oh, not, yeah, turn 2, so he's gone straight on. So that will be all his front wing now lost. But we've got a decent fight here. We've got Silverside Boy all over the back of Reese's pieces. So Reese has done well to get their mediums up to 11 laps, but we've got a nice little train now. So Silverside Boy can get his best finish of the season if he continues going this way. But he has still got a lot left to do. Eagle is still continuing around with a broken front wing, or half a broken wing. So the only advantage that probably Silverside Boy's got at the present moment is the fact that most of the drivers behind him do have front wing damage, so they are going to suffer during the Sector 1 and Sector 2. Going back up to the front, we've got Bredis Cool, David, 2 seconds lead. So at the minute, it looks like he is on course, having a very good result. Same as Diamond Douche.
Yeah, Douche and Maestro going to have to do a little bit of teamwork here in order to catch up to Bread. And I'm sure midfield Maestro will be more than interested in getting Diamond out of the way, because he probably could overtake on pure pace alone. As midfield now in the DRS, he's not quite close enough on this straight down into turn 3, but he'll tuck in behind and he'll go again, I'm sure, at the end of the lap.
We have a 3-way fight through this. Reese hit the side pod of Silverside Boy. Silverside Boy did eventually get up to P4, but he did lose it in the DRS section. Eagle is now up into P4. Noah's gone backwards slightly into P7. He got swapped down the DRS straight, and he's now all over the back of Reese's pieces. Our pole position sitter is struggling down into P10. So he hasn't made any inroads so far, but even with that stop, David Monkey's still sitting in the points, and we do know that Biddle's obviously AI is driving around, but he's currently in the points also, so he's going to pick up points because apparently Biddle is in the game. It's just not showing him.
He's not in the game.
Is he not in the game? Oh, okay.
No. He can't take control of his car.
Oh, Radical said he's driving around on his own.
Yeah, I think he meant Bidley's AI is driving around.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we had Fish and Cruz towards the back, having disaster. I can't say that word. A disaster race so far. We have Silverside Boys' closest battle on the racetrack at the present moment. DRS wide open using the rest of his battery. Eagle again hasn't got much battery to use either. But you know, I'm quite surprised, David, that Gary's not able to pull a little bit of a distance through Sector 2 due to the fact that he has got wing damage on Eagle's car.
Well,
do you think that's just down to him on full traction? He's not able to gain that gap through the slow corners?
Well, the thing is, a lot of the corners in Sector 2 are purely mechanical grip, so you're not going to lose too much. And it's worth noting that the damage to Eagle's car is on the left end of is on the left side of the plate, and but actually that's only going to really affect him into right-hand corners, and right-hand corners requiring downforce at this track, none whatsoever. Therefore, you know, the slipstream is going to make up for whatever difference there is in loss of pace with the front wing damage.
Yeah, and up the front, I just saw, and we have a yellow flag somewhere. In
Lexus up at Castle.
Yeah, he's lost his front wing again. That's a second time already this race. But yeah, some news up front. I thought I saw a front wing end plate fly up a minute ago while we was on board with Eagle and Silverside Boy, and Brediscourt is lost again, lost part of his front wing. So that time at the front has gone down to now a second. So with 6 laps left, it's going to be a little bit harder now for him to defend his position with half a front wing, as Nat then passes Biddle and Monkey Boy. Cruz picks up a 3-second penalty. So yeah, Brediscourt missing a front wing end plate.
Yep, and that is going to make his task even harder than it was in the first place, as Diamond Douche now solidly within that 1 second. And look who else is within the 1 second as Lexus retires in the pits. Midfield Maestro being dragged along. So this is now a 3-way battle for the lead of the race. And it's all to play for still, with 6 laps to go next time across the line.
Yeah, so all covered by 1.3, 1.4 seconds. Got a gap to 6.3 to Silverside Boy in 4th. He has gained some gap to Eagle. But look how much Eagle gets out that last corner there, just down to the traction model. And going on board with Diamond. He's using a bit of his battery to catch up Brediscourt, but he's going to be patient. He's probably got 1 more lap left before he's going to get in trouble between him, Diamond, and Midfield Maestro. So let's see how well Bred defends, and if he's very aggressive or he's just trying to get a podium, which would be his best result of the season so far. Eagle's still chasing down Silverside Boy. Then we've got a lonely Isnoa down in 6th place. Reese's Pieces, David, doing very well. P7, 7 seconds in front of Nat. But he's on 15 lap old tyres. Do you think they'll last to the end?
Well, the safety cars would have helped, no doubt. But will he end up in P7 come the end of the race? It's hard to tell. He is rocking some front end plate. In fact, is it both sides he's missing? Or just one? Yeah, he does have some front wing damage at the very least, so it's going to be a tricky race even to keep Nat M behind.
Yeah, so up front,
absolutely flying on those medium tyres.
Up front, we have Midfield Maestro and Diamond now all separated by less than a second. So let's see if Diamond's going to try and use all his battery here to try and get past Midfield Maestro. They're all weaving a little bit to try and braid that toe. You can only do it twice or once, I believe. The Diamond is getting the slipstream on Brediscourt. They're going to go side by side. They've touched. Brediscourt has touched the side of, about to say Biddle there, Diamond. So he did lose a little bit from behind Douche. So Midfield Maestro is now right on the back. Brediscourt is going to use as much battery as he can. Midfield Maestro has saved up 50% though. So he
the closing speed.
He did a very good move there to manage to close and stop that car down, and he's now basically pushing the Diamond around into the end of Sector 1. So he looks like the more comfortable one at getting the win here today. He has got the most battery out of both of them, but what Brediscourt can do now is save his battery, use the DRS to his advantage, and then hopefully these two in front will use most of their battery up and overly defend each other and jump to it. But we've got Silverside Boy and Eagle both catching this lot up. 4 laps left. Silverside Boy is on the move. He has actually taken the 2 seconds out of this lot in the last couple of laps, but he has now broken DRS to Eagle at the present moment, so that's going to help his course. Not much else is happening across the grid apart from up front. We've got Monkey down in P9 comfortably. He's not too far behind Nat, but Nat is catching Reese's Pieces now, so he has got 5 seconds in about 2 laps. So he is, like you said, he is on the move. He goes
down the inside.
Oh, he made that stick. Reese just gave him enough room. Reese is still
got no front wing.
Has he got no front wing? Don't know how he managed to turn that corner at all.
Yeah.
So he's still got that gap up at front. Diamond at midfield and Brady score is now lost that position. But Reese should not be defending too hard with no front wing, and he does. He's a good man. He's got out the way of Monkey, so he does know the rules.
Minimise time loss. It's a smart move. Just try and keep with the cars in front the best you can, and points could still be on the cards for him here.
Yeah, he's got that 7-second gap to Fardo, so and then a further 3 attempts behind that of Liam. So he is again 3 laps to go. He can possibly still nick a point or 2. But we've got midfield Maestro all over the back of a Diamond Douche. He has broken that gap to Brady's Call now, so it looks like Brady's Call has settled for 3rd. But they do have Silverside Boy again taking nearly a second out this lap. So again, that front wing of Brady's Call is making him suffer a lot. I'm not too sure. I think Silverside Boy has run out enough. He's run out of laps, don't you think, David, to try and catch his gap? He's got to catch near enough 1.6 seconds a lap unless something happens to Bread.
I think it's going to be a big ask, but he really needs to push. If he can get in that DRS for this last run on lap 26, he could very well be in for a shout at a podium. Of course, it will make it a little bit easier now. Bread is well out of the slipstream of the car in front, but it's all about the guys in front. Midfield Maestro, Diamond Douchey. What's going to be the play there? If I'm a betting man, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say midfield Maestro to hold station until lap 26.
And we have a yellow flag at the back. I think it's Fish again in trouble. But yeah, if we have Reese's Pieces in the wall, no front wing. Is that going to be
exit turn 1?
Is that going to be too late? I think it will be. Oh, midfield Maestro in the wall. Oh no. I think. Yeah, so we're a lap too late for the safety car, so that would have been spiced things up if that happened. But he is out of the Grand Prix. He did well for the laps he did without front wing. But Douche has saved up some battery here, but you do have a midfield master behind on a slightly better battery than what he has. But what he needs to be on that last lap is to be about 7 attempts, I would say, 8 attempts at least in front of midfield to get the win.
8 attempts and a healthy ERS for definite.
He did have a bad exit there, so it looks like midfield Masters might make the move into turn 1 here. Noah picks up a 3-second penalty. Let's have a look. Diamond looks like he's got really good straight line speed.
He's burned a lot of ERS down that straight, and it's now on to the penultimate lap.
So let's see if midfield Maestro uses a little bit more urge down this little DRS straight. And yes, he does. Little squirt of overtake. We're getting quite close to Douche coming into the entry of turn 3, but not close enough. If he's to win this race, I think it's going to be down onto the last lap. And with 2 laps left, Hillside Boy is closing that down. He can see Brenner's call in front. He's got 2.7 seconds to catch. So
he is really pushing. He's making a couple of mistakes, and that car really, you can see it oversteering mid-corner, and you can tell how much he's trying. He's gained 6 tenths even with those mistakes, so it could still be on.
Yeah, and Silverside Boy, he's got to take at least, I would say, another second out of him before the start-finish stroke for him to have a chance on that last lap. If he can hear us, Brenner's Call has saved some batteries on 50%. Midfield Maestro is even closer now. It's 5 attempts, so let's see. Douche is using overtake at the right time. So he's using it down this straight, whereas Midfield Maestro is not. He's still happy just sitting behind for the minute. But Diamond is using his battery very, very wisely. And by the time Midfield Maestro notices it, it's a little bit too late. So he's going to have to be sensible in this last lap with his battery deployment to have any chance of winning this Grand Prix. Hillside Boy, this is the other closest thing he can get. He's got to gain another second and a bit. Just see Brady's call now. This has got to be one of his fastest laps he's done all season to try and get that DRS on that last lap. He needs to be within about 6, 7 tenths before the end of the lap to have any chance of crossing the start-finish line in P3. But he has taken another 5 tenths out of him into turn 1, so this is going to be very, very close. Midfield Maestro back up the front, 4 tenths behind, wheel spinning all the way up into the castle section.
This is anticlimactic because they're both poodling around on none ERS. And, well, okay, now Maestro's put it on medium, but yeah, Diamond's doing his best and he's got 70%. But it's nothing to Midfield Maestro's 85 and you know, DRS he's going to have. It's all going to come down to the wire here.
So let's have a look to see if Midfield Maestro does take it or not. Diamond is deploying his battery, so, oh no he isn't. So he's saving his battery and I expect him to deploy it now at some point. Yes he has, so Midfield Maestro is getting ever so closer. The DRS is wide open. Has he got enough time to cross that line? It's going to be very close. It's going to be a photo finish and Diamond just takes it. 0.03 of a second. Diamond wins the Baku Grand Prix with Midfield Maestro finish second. Bread is cool with a brilliant finish in P3. Just holds off to Silverside Boy in P4 for his best finish of the season. P5 goes to the McLaren of Eagle. P6 is Noah. 7th is our Pulsar with Nat in P7. Monkey Boy picks up some decent points in P8. Liam is being hounded by Fardo down the finish line straight, and Fardo just nips him to P9 with Liam P10. And here comes Biddle. Brilliant race. Went from third to last, all the way up to P11, and then he's made a brilliant comeback. No
all
front
while
wing
not
damage.
being in control of his car.
Yeah, no front wing damage at all. Brilliant race, kept out the walls, and he's going to finish in P11 for the Alpine. Congratulations. And he serves his 10-second penalty for being naughty under the safety car. I forgot about that. Yeah. We have Fish Sticks just coming down at the start, finish straight to try and set the fast lap, I'm guessing, unless one of them's already got it. And Fish is...
He wasn't going to get it.
Nope.
Cruiser going around with no front wing.
Again, good lad. And,
into the pits. Sort of.
Dinos.
Yeah, he killed himself there. That's definitely punishment.
Yep, you cannot purposely crash on track, you very naughty boy.
Not ideal. As we have come to the end of the race, I do want to throw out a public apology to Tier 2. The race should have been restarted after the early ready up. However, Collateral Ads bottled it, so he didn't call it. So that's unfortunate.
Don't blame me.
Oh dear.
Right, yep, so that is our results for the course of the weekend, but there is our top 15 drivers, I think, finished at the end. 16 drivers, sorry. We had Diamond take his first win of the season with a much improved Grand Prix this weekend, with Nat getting a fast lap overall of the course of Grand Prix, and Silverside Boy finishing top 4, which is going to be very happy for him. A little bit of confidence booster for him. Up into P4, and Monkey again also into P8. Brilliant fish by there by Eagle into P5. Unfortunately, he has lost out slightly to midfield in the championship, but not that much. He gained quite a lot in the sprint, and well done to Biddle finishing 11th. But did you want to invite some people in, see if they wanted to join? If not, then it's not a problem.
I've already done it. Fear
Good
not.
boy.
As we hear collateral ads sparking up.
I've been waiting for that for ages.
Let's see if anyone else is going to join. Here's the Demond. And that's it. Oh, I thought that was someone else. No, it was just the game telling... my Xbox telling me that Silver Side Boy was streaming live on Twitch.
Right, so have we got everyone in yet? We've got Diane.
Oh, 2 out of 3. I don't know about Bread if he's going to join or not. Let's have a quick look.
He doesn't normally talk, I don't think.
It's not a talker.
No.
Right. So
yeah, David, if you take our championship
Yep.
leader for a little talk.
I will do. Before we start, just want to make sure everyone includes their audio in the party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Good
Let's take it away then. Ads, are you going to go into the showroom and show everyone the lovely Mercedes?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
All right. So midfield, a
Hello.
P2 finish in the end. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
That shit piece, so it is.
So, it's the second sprint race of the season. How do you feel the event went? Obviously, it went quite well in one race, but not so much in the other.
Yeah, one race at Baku's enough, to be honest. Doing a sprint there is a bit mental, but you know. Yeah, I messed up, sprint quali, and just started in the middle. Got spun around on that one. Tagged along at the back. Got some practice in really. So if we can forget about the sprint. Quali for the race went okay. Probably had another 10.42 maybe. Yeah, and it was just, it's Baku. Just try not to die really. So just try to be on the right tire at the right time. Put on the safety car. Yeah, I had a really bad restart actually, and Douche just absolutely mugged me off into turn one. I was so far back. I was going to try and get a run up, but I left it too late, and Douche was on the ball. So
we saw it all. We saw it all. I sort of called it. He's going to wait until the last lap, surely, and that he did. But yeah, in the end, was there any thought of maybe trying to catch him out and break the toe before lap 26, or was it always going to be a run to the line?
I think breaking the DRS was going to be too difficult, so I thought just try and stay with him, save the DRS. I think we were both doing the same thing, going in none through Castle, trying to save it for the straights. I got wing damage on lap 26, which hindered me a bit. It was only light damage, but didn't have enough in the end. Douche really managed his ERS well, and he was rapid on the straights as well, so fully deserved it, sure.
Yep, and as for the final question, next round is in Cota, Austin, Texas. How are you feeling around there? Is it a track you've practiced much with the latest handling updates?
I've been alright at Texas in the last 2 games. I haven't played it much on this game. It's a track I like. So
shit.
There's no walls there as well, so it's just staying penalty free really. Just crack on. I mean, unfortunate for Grounds, obviously he's not got any points in the main race today, so there's an 11-point gain there. take that. So yeah, we move on.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get the opportunity to speak to you again next week, maybe. Maybe give us an update on how you're feeling about the championship potentially. But anyway, congratulations to you, midfield.
Cheers, and GG's to Douche as well.
Absolutely. And on that note, I'll pass over to Ads to interview tonight's race winner.
Yep. So congratulations, Douche, of getting your best and first win of the season. Just talk us through your qualifying. Obviously, sprint and normal qualifying conditions didn't really go to plan for yourself.
No, not really. I'm quite crap at quali, I'll be honest. My 1 lap pace is shocking. It's always been shocking. So I wasn't really expecting much. The sprint kind of showed what I was expecting for both races, but I got fortunate in the main race.
Yeah, so going into the sprint, obviously it was pretty stalemate for most of it, but you ended up helping your team out, obviously in quali also. But did you suffer with DRS training in the sprint race at all, or did you just not purely have the pace for the sprint race?
I'd like to say I was stuck in a DRS train, but no, I just didn't have the pace and I was going backwards. The only reason I made up positions in the sprint is because people were fighting or hitting walls.
So coming into the race again, you was it P14? Was it P13? P14?
14.
So you was pretty stalemate throughout the Grand Prix, and then you slowly started making your way up into the points. At what point in the Grand Prix did you think, "Oh Jesus, I might actually win this"?
It was actually, well, I was following Monkey on one of the safety car restarts, and then he got wing damage from eagle spinning, and it was kind of at that point I thought it's on, and it worked.
Yeah, so hopefully that's a bit of a confidence booster for yourself, because I know you've been struggling over the last couple of races. But the last 3 laps, you've defended very, very well. Obviously, use your ERS deployment very strategically. Was you always using your battery at the start of the main long straight, or was it just something you changed your mind out for the last couple of races, couple of laps?
It was since I was trying to catch bread, I started doing that because Lexus was doing it to me in the sprint, and it pissed me off. So I thought, well, I'm gonna do it back, and it worked.
So yeah, well, it gives other people, next time we race around here, good opportunity to, take something out your book. But you held on in the end. Near enough a photo finish, 3,000th of a second. You finished in front of 30,000th of a second. Again, congratulations! It's your best result of the season, and you took a win out of it. Like David said, we're going into Austin next week. Is this a favourable track for you in the past? Have you driven much around here in this game? And what do you expect?
Yeah, it's a track I've historically liked in other games, but like Maestro, I've not really touched it much in this game. So it's kind of a mystery. We'll see how it goes.
So I just want to say congratulations again for our race winner Diamond, taking a win around Baku. So just before we shoot off, David, so it's that time of the night again. Bye, douche. And we need you, that was quick. Need you to choose driver of the day. So this is probably going to be one of the hardest ones to choose from. Again, you had Silverside Boy finishing P4, his best result, all the way from P13. But then you had obviously the obvious choices, Douche from P12 to first. So who are you going to choose for your driver of the
Well,
day?
well. Technically, it's a sprint week, so I can choose two. So I'm going to do that. No, okay. Sprint race, driver of the day for me is going to be Lexus. Had a cracking drive, came home with some decent points, plenty of positions gained. So sprint race goes to Lexus. For the main race, there's going to be obviously a tough choice between one or two drivers, as you say. I'm going to give a special shout out to the driver not getting it because
Dun 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 dun.
the last few laps he had us completely on the edge of our seats. You know, we weren't sure, was he going to do it? Was he not going to do it? In the end, he left himself too much to do. So my notable mention is going to be Gary. That means my driver of the day for the feature race is going to be Douche. So congratulations, Douche. But a very well done to Gary as well. A very solid drive in the end.
Yeah, so congratulations for Douche getting driver of the day and also Lexus in the sprint. And we are still waiting for Silverside Boy to win his first race. Hopefully that will end soon. But yep, we are back on Friday for our Tier 1 race at 8 o'clock UK time. And for now, I will see you later and I will see you next week. Goodbye. And have a nice evening. So,